Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Tester 1 to 3. Tester testing. How's it going, everyone? You know, I'm not doing myself much favors by playing a bunch of Apollo Justice OST. So, I guess we're going to be talking about Apollo Justice. So, no, it seems like we're talking about The Killer right now. We got a one-day case. We got one-day case today, and then I think we have a break tomorrow, and then another one-day case the following day, followed by all the Kokoro cases from Great Ace Attorney. So we got a lot of Ace Attorney coming up. I appreciate it. I mostly do shorts just because, well, it's easier. It's easier. It's quicker for me to do a lot of those as I'm working on like bigger videos. Yeah, I saw a lot of your stuff from the beginning, but you know, that was way before the streams even began. Rise of the Ashes is next week, followed by Farewell by Turnabout? Let me pull up my Illustrator file real quick. Yeah, replay Bridge to Turnabout made me realize, oh yeah, there's a lot of random little Easter eggs and cultural references they have, especially throughout all of the one. Let me turn off rulers real quick. I said turn off rulers. Oh, who cares? Let me quickly show the timeline real quick. But this is what we're looking at. We got one day Turnabout Beginnings, and then we have one day of Runaway Room, and then we have all the Kokoro cases. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we have a week straight of Ace Attorney case streams, which is gonna be a lot. I don't know how I have no idea how I'm going to do this, like this beginning part. But you know what? We are going to see. Alright, well, the song ended. Which means we might as well get started. What's everyone's opinion on this case? The Bratworth case, the Turnabout Beginnings. Oh, let me turn on the freaking audio and turn off all these stinking things. Let's get out of here, Illustrator. You're gonna just hog up all my stuff. Not there. Why am I going through that? I'm a professional streamer. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we got like a 100-hour stream coming up, huh? But this should be a relatively shorter stream. This isn't a too long of a case. It's only 2 parts. I think like 8 testimonies total, and like you can get through them pretty fast. Ghost trick video. I need to make a ghost trick video, but that's gonna be a long analysis. I have so much I need to talk about. I need to like get through a bunch of stuff. That's the thing. There's the killer. We were just talking about you, the killer. It's funny, we started at the end, and now we're beginning at the beginning. Let's go. Turnabout beginnings. The girl. Let her go. I'm also contemplating how fast should we go through some of these cases. I have a lot of stuff to do, and I'm not sure how Kokoro cases with Rise to the Ashes in the future, like these double up cases coming up in the future, are gonna work. So, yeah. But we get to enjoy these shorter, low cases for now. All right. This not today. This was a couple weeks ago. No, get out. No. Ah, fuck. We're witnessing the past. Oh shit. I mean, not to defend the lack of localization, right? Because it's not great, but the fact that they acknowledge it makes it feel like it's intentional. So, anyway, February 16th. I had to double check that was the right date. February 16th, 9:24 a.m. District Court Defend Lobby number 4. Alright. Oh, I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. With guy who's already arrested. Hey! Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing. I swear, I didn't kill nobody. Terry Falls, my first ever client. Says you death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Ugh. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk, don't try to relax him. So, why do you want to escape anyway? You shouldn't be eating that. I mean, it's probably high in lead, but, like, you should definitely not be eating that. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I'm just a criminal. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. Actually, objection. You did escape from somewhere, did you? The police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry, don't little lie. Oh boy, this could be a long time. I didn't kill nobody. You said that a lot already. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? I'm just setting up something for posting. I'm really sorry. I missed that. Again, this game should really have a history by now. They sends me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied to your testimony. That's why I got death penalty. I swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. Well, that's a clear motive. Oh, you lied to your testimony? That's a clear motive that you killed someone, so kind of difficult to difficult to defend you there. About 8 hours later, police woman was murdered before the police could recapture him. Alright. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After he escaped, they meet a policewoman Yeah, I did. She was reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. Well, clearly she's not alive. I would just say that. Clearly she's not alive. She's very much not alive at the moment. Yeah. There the guy is. There the dude is. You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how a little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. I thought maybe you would like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Grossberg? That old man's probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. I don't know if you know me by any other name, but that's me. That's definitely me for sure. I didn't say. So Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law, is here for me? No, you got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, well, thanks. I sure wish I could have get out of it though. Relax. I heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. I'm facing a baby. However, unlike a certain someone who I won't mention, he's earned a reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. A genius? I'm facing Albert freaking Einstein. That's not fair. Well, it's about time to head in, kids. And sharing those claws of yours, it's go time. A solitary confined cell with a condemned must be for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's why my client ran for it. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. It must be talking about pain. It has to be. February 16th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Court now in session for trial Terry Falls. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand the lawyer for both sides are newcomer. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So, you're the new prosecutor everyone's talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutors joined up quite at an early age. At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself that much of a reputation yet, huh? Look at me. I'm sipping my coffee. I am not related to any other guy. I don't know what you're talking about. No one else you can. No one else whatsoever. Come on, Mia. You can't just lose. Not to someone younger than you. This guy's freaking brat. Young people running a trial. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Now then, defendant. In this case, it's currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon. Is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death. got it, kid. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor, if it was 5 years ago, the defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. Truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct. And then what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. Don't point at me like that. Don't point at me like that. Stop it. What? Why is your hand that massive anyway? Oh, a witness's testimony? The testimony of a Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She says she witnessed Falls throw the young victim into the river. I find it impressive that they managed to make him look so much younger in his sprite work. Like, he looks way younger, even if, like, there hasn't really been that much of a change. Most bodies that fall into the river are never recovered. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. That police woman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be exactly the victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Aha, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago, with only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Aha, the truth has become clear to me now. Huh? Yes. I see the truth. I see everything. It's quite obvious that this defendant is guilty. Your Honor! Let me play, damn! Oh, man. I wanted a short, easy trial. Where, boo-hoo, look at me and my stupid beard. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care about a word of choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. I don't know how to be a little more I don't know how to behave more bratty for him. What? Why you're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I called the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you. Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous, ma'am. Excuse me? We're in trial. No, seriously, my heart, it's ache. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you in contempt so quickly that your heart will ache. And lower your salary. Oh, God, frickin' it's already started, huh? I got it. It's kind of funny Gumshoe's just here just because, like, they didn't want to make a new detective. Let's be for real. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excess blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir, I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at the area map, shall we? This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. Where have we seen this before, huh? The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at the police checkpoint that he was trying to make a getaway, sir. I see. Dusky bridge is falling down. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there's no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor, where the hell was the body found? It was in a car parked by the bridge. Jesus Christ. Use your head. Damn. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. Look at that smug ass face. Holy shit. I want to just smack the shit out of him. The two of them most certainly didn't meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm not sure I like your waggling your finger at saying I'm so hoser. Detective, proceed with the testimony. Yes, sir. Yes. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kidden. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. Not coffee? I thought your old gimmick is tea. Is coffee, not tea. Why are we talking about tea? Yeah, they probably wanted to do a different detective or something with it. Summary of the incident. Anyway, on the day incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge and designated a time to meet with Mr. Falls. And that's when she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminals stuffed her body into the car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Sick do. Sickety wickety. Well, you certainly established a report at the bridge. I am mistaken. I was blaming you for no reason. I apologize on behalf of nobody. I just suck. Give me a sec. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 3 seconds. Give me 4 seconds. Sorry, just checking some things. Bam. Sorry, the killer. The testimony says the killer threw a 14-year-old girl, so I'm sorry, the killer. Naturally. Now then, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? I want to declare guilty. Yeah, cross-examination. Coming right up. Hey there, hey, settle down there, kid. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. Look, you have at least like 3 layers on under there. You have a lot of padding under there. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, all right, especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean the defendant. Everyone's here as a beginner here, huh? You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you got. I don't like saying kidding that much, y'all. I don't like saying that much. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember the court proceeding. These two stayed up all night watching. Grossberg doing objections. That is not a sight to behold. So it was kind of difficult to go through them. Who's this unknown person that's phoning? This is not a thing. This unknown person. You have no idea who this might be, huh? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. Gotcha. Objection. What? The one who called Sergeant Arthur was a defendant. Got him. Found on. Sergeant Arthur was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Who writes that shit? Why I was like, oh yeah, I have a phone call I have this phone call at 9:56 p.m. of this phone call with Terry LeBron Falls. And I'm meeting him at Dusky Bridge at Hazakura Temple. According to this note, it seems the one who called it was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. He wasn't out to keep a note for me. So the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. Shut up, kiddo. It's the detective's fault. He was the one that said unknown person. And now don't make that face at me. I just said, well, it was the prosecution. The prosecutor, that was that a trap? With that cute baby face. Jesus Christ, he is out of his diapers. I'm not out of my diaper. Stuff that in the trunk. Oh, the bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? They just hiked. There was no bike. What do you mean, a snowmobile? No, of course not. That was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that has been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. This guy is sure about how he feels about anything. This is the photo of the stolen car's trunk. Also, it's kind of a cozy car trunk, not gonna lie. Like, there's a lot of cushioning there. I feel like it's a pretty nifty car trunk. If you were to die in a car trunk and brutally stabbed and tucked away in a car trunk, I feel like this is one of the cozier car trunks. Like, there'd be absolutely nothing in there. What do you mean? Oh, it doesn't look too... Fuck, damn, it's just me? Damn. Sorry, Judge. Sorry. Victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here, Godot, or Diego Armando. You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was struck in her back for nice and firm. The condition of the body was discovered was very important. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy? Here's a photo. I don't see anything strange. Oh yeah, we're supposed to... Yeah, what does the note say? 4:30 p.m. that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. She tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Okay, I know the contradiction. I just want to do this. Listen up, kid. There's a big trap waiting for you in this testimony. I already tripped on... I stepped on the landmine and you're like, oh. I stepped on the landmine and you're like, there's a big trap. Mantis, look out. Be careful. Trap ahead. I'm already dead. Walk into it carefully, and it's more than just a fleshlight fun, huh? No, it's not. Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you better get some more information. And if you're going to get caught in a trap, it's either get caught early. You can always look for contradictions after. Ever famous contradictions. I sure hope I can find some. I'm just gonna press it. Bridge up in the mountains, but why be there? Because it was a very important place for the defendant. That's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. She was chased down to the bridge. It was kind of like he was killed up. A hostage. The place where all of the occurred. Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Ha! Returned to the scene of crime. How nostalgic. Are you sure about it? And I think it's kind of strange you have a body in the trunk. What do you mean? Well, he always says that, ma'am. I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing. That's all he said. None. I wouldn't say you didn't know that. After all, he at least stole a car. It's just what he always says, Your Honor. He always says. Sorry, total lie. Or something like that. Yeah, frick. Precisely. You got caught, arrested, and shaboing. Alright. Where's that damn white scarf? Do you see her? We're not doing this again. We're not doing this again. Witness! What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I totally forgot what I was gonna say. My bad. This is my first time I've ever actually had to address someone like that. You should practice before it comes to court. Just stare in the mirror and just yell objection like 15 times. Just in the mirror, point to yourself in the mirror so you can see how stupid you look to everyone else. All right. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Stay there, little kid. You want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective. Yes, ma'am? This photo. You said there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note that written by the victim. I can't read. It very clearly says, I'll read it for you, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus this special request. I have one simple question for you, detective. Where's this white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, I didn't find anything in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there! You should have looked for it! I don't care if you can read or not. The car told her to wait in the identification, so well, I know the way you have to say about that. These little contrivances, these little details. I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching so desperately for. Is it this one, perchance? Where do you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why didn't you tell me? I made the decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. Dumbass. That Hasha sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white, as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. Looks like it spent some time in the mud. To be honest, we shouldn't be giving coffee to kids. Let's be for real. I get it, Mia's like 23 here, but like, Ezra's 20, 27. Yeah, he's about 23. Mia's about 23, right? How old is Gumshoe? Yeah, about 23. About 23. Maybe 21. I don't know. Anyway, not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Andrew refused intentionally hiding that scarf for the whole time? What the fuck is this kangaroo court? The girl would be accepted. The scarf. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing yourself. Yeah, I don't know why Phoenix just hijacked Mia's objection thing, basically. It's so weird. I get it, but also, like, we already have had an objection theme, so I don't know. I didn't know the reason. I didn't understand why they needed to. They picked the 2004 objections theme over the 2001 to be constantly remastered. I like to move on to the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? I'm going to like to wrap the scarf around this scarby little neck and just rub it. But I can't say that out loud, otherwise I'm gonna get arrested. Very well. If we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the verdict. We have hard evidence. Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge. Furthermore, I must show my wiggly finger. We will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything's moving on in this swim. Don't worry. If we take a shot every time you say kid, we're dead. We're dead. You can't be saying these things. It's like what? Oh wait, it's like 2016 at this time. Yeah, that's probably you could probably say that at that time. Well, fuck. Maybe this game is more accurate than I thought. The reason why everyone considers this kid a genius, huh? He's nothing more than just a scarmy brat. Events on Dusky Bridge. Actually, there's an eyewitness who took the place. The photo was actually taken. It shows the victim wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. Raphael Manon, guys, subscribe. What the hell? It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it was a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Look at this photo. You really get the sense that the bridge is very high up. It's about a 40-foot drop from the bridge down to the river below. Who took this photo? Let's just say it was a well-intentioned third party. Potential witness. Well, they said they did not want to testify. I feel like that's contempt. Why are we stopping someone from testifying? The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. You squirmy little bat. Oh my god. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and opportunity. I think that's quite clear that at this point, what happened on that bridge. The truth is clear to me now. I will declare guilty. Yeah. God fucking damn it, Judge. You know what? I'm gonna save the scar for you, actually. Who cares about Bratwurst? I'm saving the scar for you. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. I mean, I'm not going to whatever. Actually, there was an eyewitness that took place. This photo was actually taken by the witness. It shows the victim wearing the scarf. The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, alright. So the witness who took that photo was the person doing. What was the person doing all the way up in the back? She was taking photos of the wildflower. So apparently, there are many unusual types of flora in that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say because there are spirits in it. So the cloudy fog is that it's a ghost? I don't believe. No, Your Honor, no, it's not a ghost. It was drizzling that day, so it's hard to see what's going on. Well, you should have seen what's going on. Objection! Drizzling, huh? That's right. There was lightning coming down. The whole place was dreary. Not as dreary as the moon of the courtroom right now. We're lowering your salary, Gumshoe. Got a call from him. In any case, the point of it is quite damp. There was even fog. I even slipped and fell when I was on the bridge. It was already something. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from the bow and stabbed her. Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It's really brutal. Talking about seeing someone get pushed. Are we or were you the one getting pushed? Oh wait, no, it was me pushing. It was me pushing you to the ground and giving you a noogie because you are the worst. There's a reason you don't got any hair left. I'm just curb stomping your ass. Take your nasty looks for the right person. What? The judge doesn't deserve it? What do you mean? Take a look. Poor baby. Court record seems to have wetted some. What are your weird fucking tangents, bro? Court record, huh? Hint, nudge, nudge. So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf, but for what she said, it sounded like it was a pretty violent fight, ma'am. The area was wet and the bridge was probably wet too, which would explain why the scarf was also covered in mud. But there's something about this testimony that still bothered me. I'm not surprised. I had no idea there was a photo. I didn't realize we had a videographer up in the mountains. So what do I do now, man? You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean. Of course I do. So the little kid believes in fairy tales. In that case, the answer is so obvious. If what you believe is the truth, that means that somewhere hidden in the testimony is contradiction. When each contradiction waiting to be discovered, that's your chance. Alright. If really pushed in the muddy bridge, where is the muddy in the bridge? So the time of the crime, the lake drizzle coming down correct. Yeah, and fog too, just general soggy atmosphere. Very dreary. Wet and weary. Well, I don't have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. But this is a photo of the body, yeah. Consider the contradictions at the scene that something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us. What about this photo contradicts the jacket? Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? Yeah, coat, jacket, same thing. As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly the point. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions of the bridge that day? All wet and muddy. Very wet and muddy. If the victim really fallen down on her stomach onto the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. That's exactly right. The other day, I fell on the muddy street. I do admit the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself isn't muddy. If your other hand falling onto the shower instead of a muddy street, then his glorious hockey beard pride of legal league would be wet, but not muddy. I'll teach him again. I'll shove him into a muddy street and start beating his ass again. Care to prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy? Oh, that's super easy here. You know, man, wouldn't stand for a tongue like that. Neither would a real woman. We don't need to talk about Apollo right now. Here's the evidence that the bam. The evidence is this scarf. It should be obvious. The scarf fell onto the bridge and got muddy. That means the bridge was obviously covered in mud. Ugh. Now I can't be outwitted by a novice bimbo. Same to you, buddy. This face assertion makes perfect sense to me. Still guilty, and it appears that the contradiction between the conditions of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's see what that explanation may be, shall we? Oh, God. You're asking too much of me. Oh, there's a contradiction. Oh, there has to be an answer. Can you just solve the case for us, Mia? Please, Mia. Please, oh, glorious Mia. Please save us. You're doing pretty well for a little kid. Mr. Armando. No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated that she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty simple. Yeah, very simple. Yeah. I'm totally not going to intentionally flub it right now for a fun bit. The false evidence is one of those. What you just said now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me. It was the coffee aficionado over there. Of course, he's not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as of the flimsy scam it really is. Yes, the false evidence in his case then is easily the witness's photo. About the photo that the prosecutor claims was taken by the witness, it certainly seems like AI.
Objection!
So in ChatGPT that shit. What the fuck are you saying? It's 2016, Mia. Are you saying that the people in the photo may not be the victim or the defendant? Well, it's certainly a possibility. So perhaps there's another prisoner and policewoman. I admit people have their quirks. Perhaps they were playing a role-playing group. Or maybe it is AI. Who knows? Well, I suppose that's also possible, I guess. There's like a spirit Halloween down the street. They just really... They're dressing up for Chinese New Year, right? Alright, you messed up again, kid. Mr. Armando, there should be something else that's even more suspicious. Now think about the whole thing over again. From now on, Miss Faye, I'll penalize you for unsubstantiated evidence. Don't do it, Mia. Don't cry until you get old. In any case, this court is not blame it on him. He's trying to slip the false evidence is the witness's testimony. It's a no-brainer. All it is, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims you have seen? That's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. I love that book. The code's not dirty, after all. That's true. Ugh. Not true. It's the truth. It is truly decisive witness in this case. I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called up in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Oh, it was forged by a little kiddio. It was forged by Edgeworth. That little baby boy looks no older than 5 years old. Look, you can put baby powder on his cheeks. But a brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution had no intention from hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well, please bring forth the witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman that saw the events today with her very own eyes. This is Mia. The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? I wonder who it is. Ah, fuck! Ah! Everyone is so silent I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Oh. Oh, look, a fucking judge. Judge. Do I need to curb stomp you again? Do I need to show that playoff beard a little bit of mud again? Put some dirt in your eye? As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exert care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Archer. They're truly a gentleman. Yeah. Miss Faye, you can learn to... I gave him say... I swear to God, Judge. I swear to God, Judge. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Hey, yeah. This is my first time, so I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for the trouble I may cause. No, it was not trouble. Fuck it out, Judge. I'ma smack the shit out of you. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is Melissa Foster. Melissa Foster, huh? She's 19 here. She's 19 here. Melissa Foster is 19 here. We don't know her as anyone else. We don't know her as anyone else. She's just Melissa Foster. All right? Remember, chat. Remember, chat, it's just Melissa Foster, all right? It's only... Hold on. It's only Melissa Foster. It's only Melissa Foster, guys. No one else. Couldn't be anyone else. It's just Melissa Foster, guys. Who else but Melissa Foster? I'm a college student, a freshman in the literary department. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one in this photo. It says, how can you be so mean? Penalty, death, murder, killer. But it's just a photograph. It's not that traumatizing. Like it's just a photo. You took this photo. Did you take the photo and then immediately like, oh shit? Next time I'll be forced to penalize you and kill you with my gavel. I like that. I like that. Is she staring at me? And you would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Faye. I see. So you are. Well. Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. This is what I want to mention about this case. I think the general like setup or like the general like core of this case is so brilliant, right? Especially contrasting with the first case, Turnabout Memories. I'll say this right now because like with Turnabout Memories, we know nothing. We know nothing besides Phoenix is the defendant and Mia is the defense attorney. That's all we know. But in that case, Mia knows everything. Mia knows everything. Despite us knowing jack shit, we're going into that trial with Mia knowing all the information, everything going on. Here, everything is reversed. We know how this case is going to end. with Edwards being the prosecutor, he hasn't lost a case, so we're gonna fucking lose this case. We know who the fuck Diego Armando, his fate, because we know who the fucking Doe is. We know who Melissa Foster is. Everyone knows, especially after Bridge to the Turnabout, we know why Melissa Foster recognizes Mia. The only thing that we don't know, the only person in this case that's not in the know is literally Mia. Mia is the only person in this case is the only person that doesn't know. So this like sense of dramatic irony is so brilliantly done in this case. This is just stellar usage of dramatic irony. It gives us all the information while knowing that we have this impending doom that's gonna happen because we're going to fucking lose this case. Everything is stacked up against us. We're going to fucking lose this case somehow. So we're just waiting for how all these events kind of tumble. So I think the core of this case is just brilliant. How they managed to write and set up this case. I'll talk about it more when we finish it, but yeah. I was using a camera to take pictures of wildflowers. Then I never saw two people standing on a suspension bridge. Suddenly, they started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo. It shows the crucial moment. Really? And right after that, I called the police. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. According to the map, he was standing right there. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. Look at all the flowers. Wow! So many flowers. So you took the photo from the location, eh? I bought a camera just like this. It's super pink and pretty. So with a pink, pretty camera like this, we couldn't do anything. All right. Like, a lot of people dumb down this case. It's a great groundwork for a Bridge to Turnabout, certainly. But like a lot of people perceive this case just being the setup for Bridge to Turnabout, when like I feel like the case itself is a very compelling case with all the circumstances that surround it. But I warn you, if you make the witness cry, you'll feel the wrath of the... Well, I will make this witness cry. Something's fishy about Melissa Foster. Does anyone know the pun of Melissa Foster, by the way? What's the pun of Melissa Foster? Is it just a generic name to be generic? I was using my camera to take photos. Pretty little pictures. Do you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers, but it's only February. That's the month we're playing this game. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. I just know how you feel. I just like when they start growing. I will look out at my backyard. There's dead grass. I don't know what flowers you're seeing in February. Would you mind to get back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? Suspension bridge. Oh no. Oh gee willies. Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl, I know. I looked there and it was a serious conversation, so I decided to watch them. It was like it was like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Look, that's why I'm a judge. The brawls, man. The brawls. Too much info, Your Honor. We get it. You like WWE, you like football. Well, anyway, I was watching it very closely. Suddenly, they just started fighting! Boo-hoo! Fuck you! Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? I have no idea. Why do you ask? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. Boo-hoo! I would never eavesdrop. I have a class. You just said you were peeping in the Tom. That's why I heard you take a photo. Why did you take a photo? Well, the two of them was really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me kind of took over. Smells like a lie to me. Yes, I understand completely. That's why I'm in there. Lunar. For me, Lunar New Year is tomorrow, so it's Lunar New Year Eve for me. So, can I ban a boy's dreams? I'll still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. But yeah, happy Lunar New Year. The year no Umabumusune. I feel like Glenn Elk would really love this Lunar New Year if he was alive. What I could say was I was using the camera to take a crucial moment. And I called the police right after. You called the police? Yes, because it looks like a murderer was trying to escape. We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we already started our operation. That's certainly tough luck for the criminal, eh? If Tara Falls is a criminal, then there must be something strange in this girl's testimony. Be careful, kitten. I'm gonna be dead if I take a shot every time you said that fuck-ass word. That girl has the judge wrapped around her little finger. Poking holes in the testimony of hers. It's going to have to come up with something really good, Mia. Oh, I have something really good for her. It's called presenting her fucking image back into her face. Oh, fighting! They were brawling it. They were just going at it. Just haymakers all over the place. Just bam, bam. Well, bam. Damn. Look at all that fighting. Wow. Look at how much sprawling they're doing. Witness. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you mean? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting up to fight. Normally that kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why have you presented a photo like that? Well, you see... The photo we presented was the only one there was. There was a bunch of flowers and a lot of frolicking, but no fight. Then what happened next? You must have a photo of it. Doobity-doo. My apologies, young lady, but Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. You can clearly downplay a situation. I'm sorry, I'm a very bad girl. I used it all off the film, I mean. You ran out of film? Film's expensive. I'm a college student. Film is like $20. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all the photographs she took that day. All the other photos of the witness herself playing among the wildflowers and dead grass. But the witness here, then who took the photo? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took the photos of yourself? I remember it. Please, don't details. It seems that Miss Faye's agitation was not divisive after all. What? Well, if she had no film left, she could have taken our photos, couldn't she? Miss Foster, perhaps you could tell us a different story. The photos and instances you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well. Let's get back to cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy's really a sucker for sweet talk. So am I. I could use a little sugar for my coffee, after all. It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. I was using the camera to take photos of it, and I noticed that there were two people standing at the suspension bridge. Suddenly they started fighting. The victim turned around and tried to run away, but So he got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. You see, Your Honor, I'm fucking lying. Why did she run away? With the police trace, she started those buried and turned back into a criminal. This was a very large, powerful man with a knife. He was. If I had been a quaggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently. Quaggy! What fucking dictionary? What dictionary are you using? Quaggy? What are you cooking? The words on the dictionary is just marshy and flabby. What do you mean, quaggy? What are you cooking? Quaggy. What are you saying? What word of the day are you looking at? Why are you saying Quaker Oats? What are you doing? It had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river and then you die. Which would have done this world a service. There's still something wrong with his testimony. I don't even know if that's British. I just think he's stupid. He's trying to look smart, but he's saying quaggy. He's saying quaggy, quackity, quaggado, quaggado. So you're saying Sergeant Arthur wasn't able to get away from him? Well, it was a narrow bridge, and it was swaying back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I could only wish I had done something to help her. That seems to make sense. I wonder what about that. Something got off. Does it now? You have a good sense. Well, if you feel that's something off, that's when you need to figure out why. Turner Falls isn't the criminal. Then there must be something strange in the girl's testimony. Be careful, kid. That girl. Alright. Dusky Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. Dusky Bridge is falling down into your testimony. Witness, your testimony is joke. It's making me laugh. Ha ha ha. What a comedy special this is. But I will make this witness cry if she keeps fucking lying to me. One short testimony, two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You said there were two contradictions? Simple. Just take a look at the diagram here. According to the testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around to try and run, well then, she would have hit a dead end and fallen. She said 10 yards, but she couldn't even ran 5. That's me. She seems very athletic. Dusky Bridge is collapsing on the other side. Ah! What do you mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. Nerk, nerk. This beautiful young lady lied to me. What? Objection! Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth? Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find the official blueprints of it. So I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during that incident. That's ridiculous! You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge with this photo. I apologize for to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence.
You are such a brat. You are such a dim-witty dude.
This guy's good. You made. He planned for it from the beginning. He's a genius, all right. The diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward. Well, Miss Faye, seems like once again you made a reckless accusation. I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw.
Dr. Seuss under this shit. I want it for all. I want to establish what the witness really saw. First you're making quaggle, and now you're trying to Dr. Seuss this shit? Okay. All right, young lady. May I ask you, please proceed with your testimony? But it's so hard to go on. Look how happy I am, though.
We're on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you really saw. Yes, sir.
All right.
Ready for the crime. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms and he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could have made sure the body stayed hidden. You couldn't just leave a body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witness in such violence. Sir, I'm still shaken up. If you accept this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh well, maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way back. They'll make a really good mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet. That's what I like to hear. Alright, Miss Faye, cross-examination. God, she's staring you right in the face, Mia. Go at it. Alright, if we say so. What does Godot say? Something about this testimony as well. Hey, Ken, have you ever put salt in your coffee? Weird question, but alright. No, why would I? Why not? Huh? Is this your idea of small talk? It's not working. It may actually go better with a coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is, if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence.
Nah, you're not fooling me. You try to do some small talk, it didn't fucking work, and you're trying to squeeze out a random fucking philosophical quote, motivation. You're trying to motivate my ass by talking about adding a bunch. This doesn't make sense at all.
By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well after all. Alright, stop, pick her up, carry her to the car, stay hidden. Sure about that.
Objection!
The killer not wanting his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for the purpose is clearly odd. There's a much easier way to do that with a body. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area, you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about this river. A mere 30 seconds ago. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies fall and are never recovered. In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim was carried away and never found. 10 murders would occur at the same spot in the river. You can bet their boots every other killer would have tossed a body into the river. Order. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Mr. May, but I must admit you do have a killer instinct. Good. Because I'm going to stab you, kill you, put you in a box, and throw you in that same river, Judge. Well, Mr. Edgeworth. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to take a dip into the river herself. Maybe she should jump. I'm telling you to kill yourself. My
point is that no matter how odd you might find the killer's blood, the fact is, this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit. What the fuck you mean? But the witnesses claim to have seen it is totally ridiculous. It's tomfoolery. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consider what the witness. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you can do is tell us what you saw. Otherwise, the mean old lady may yell at you. Who are you talking about? Look at that mean old lady. She's disintegrating by her very eyes, turning to dust. I'll do my best. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up her arms and carried her over to the car. The girl broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hit her body there. What do you mean? What did the man do then? Well, naturally he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to him, you have to call the police. And so that's when you called the police. You sure you saw that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. Yeah, you're 100% certain, huh? You're 100% certain. Yeah. Really? Really? Yeah, you can see that with your own eyes. I think. Can I present the map here?
Objection!
I can. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? What did I do? What I do? Made a crucial mistake. What, a crucial mistake? What, Miss? Killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hit the body there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes. Yes, and it's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at this diagram. Look at this photograph. There's a little ledge over there blocking where you can't see. The outcrop of the rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you're standing, you could have not possibly seen the killer's car.
Objection!
I admit the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing in the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see the car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence in the court, yes. This was the location of the photo was taken. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge. The outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Yeah. Your view should have been completely cut off by the cliff. But you still claim to have be able to see the killer's car. No! Yeah, I love my coffee. Godot's just there. I love my coffee. What is this ballyhoo? Ballyhoo?
Objection!
Your Honor, you don't jump to hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stone cart was reported on the news. After the witness had murder, I can sure you can appreciate that. The witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. Shut up! What she was repeatedly warned before starting testimony. She was told to testify only what she saw with her own eyes. Oh, Mr. Judge, what is it? I think I must have remembered things. I remember things wrong. Wait a minute, you can't just say that. Oh no, Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed, quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive is divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to the witness here. What the fuck? Save your tears for another day. Save your tears for another day. Mr. Armando, what the fuck are you singing? Don't look back until the trial's over. Now is the time to go forward. But that wasn't... Okay, kid, you need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kid's testimony. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there. So tell me, how did she know that? What? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Ooh! Get his ass! Well, Miss Foster, do you explain how you knew that? You're going to have a lot of suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Particularly two. Well, witness, well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks from when he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. It's true. They certainly look like scratch marks, like keel. It's obvious that the trunk is broken into. Open it. Miss Faye, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just says, that contradiction. That does not work. Nope. Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildfires. But if it's so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When do you catch those scratches? Idiot. Stupid. Finally got her. It's getting pretty tired waiting over here. But perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had to see the scratches was... well, Your Honor... it's pretty simple, you know? It's pretty simple. She was just passing by. She was just walking on by. She just happened to be passing by, you know. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah! She was passing by. Yeah. You're right. So, yeah, she was just passing by. She was a witness. She was just passing on by, you know. You have to question whether or not this pathetic warrior should even exist. Fuck you! Damn! Did you hear that, Miss Faye? I believe Mr. Edward just called you a knucklehead. Yeesh! So I'm being over myself. Okay, whatever. Alright. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see the scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. What? The person who really hid the body in the trunk of the car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He was the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in himself, he would have simply used the car key. There's no need to break open it. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that has been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have been still in the ignition. Oh, I guess. I don't know how cars work. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it could have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No! Preposterous. You even suggest that the witness put the body in herself. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo she took? The corpse could have only put her in the photo. Melissa dropped the body. That's a beautiful statement. Now it's finally your chance. On the contrary, I don't think that's certain anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think so deeply about it. What I'm say is the shutter for this may have not been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Let's take another look at the camera and see what features it has, shall we? There's a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. This guy loves humming so much. He loves hummity dum-dums. Why? It's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this photo.
Objection!
What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Oh, she really did use the camera's auto timer. And the answer is yes. She was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Don't get it twisted. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering the question, we will also make clear Melissa Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer the question. Where was Melissa Foster during the incident? Was right? Actually, the witness was right here, but that's where the victim, Miss Halter, was standing. Order, Miss Faye, what the fuck are you saying? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it would have only been before the defendant met the victim.
Objection!
See. Oh, asinine. Of course, Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls. Pretty logical, honestly, Edgeworth. That's pretty spot on. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Walker. Now, objection. What? I've never heard something anymore. Then who exactly is the victim in the photo? It's obvious. It was you, your very own witness. What? No. Stupid. What? The only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was rainy and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne as well. What do you mean? After all, she was the woman who testified to help get in. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. I appreciate it. With my thumbnails, they don't take too long. I just kind of just have an idea and then I just throw it out there. But they're fun to make, honestly. It's fun to kind of like combine what happens on that day of the case into a thumbnail. It's kind of fun. You're just making it up where you go. Blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls forgot what Valerie Hawthorne looked at. Note. Mr. Falls forgot the victim's face. That's why he needs some piece of identification, a white scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear the skirt to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like you asked, it would couldn't pretend to be Valerie Hawthorne. Oh my god. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No! And she's dead. We killed her. We just killed her. Well...
witness is dead. So, where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. I told you, Miss Faye, not to make her cry. Now there's an automatic guilty verdict. Oopsie. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up a camera to snap the fake photo of them together. The question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't it obvious? She's the real culprit. Ha. That's pretty out there, not gonna lie. Whoa. We'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before starting again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. I was supposed to win this case right by now, but Manfred's gonna be real pissed. To be continued. Alright. Let's go.
Day 2. Or not day 2. Part 2.
Let's get this Melissa Foster person. Damn, that took 3 hours? Really? Huh. Mr. What are you? I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up. Thanks. Where was there? Once I can prove that she committed the crime. Yeah. There's one big obstacle we gotta get past. Obstacle? Yeah. Motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? Motive, huh? Anyway, we're still badly in need of information. Right. What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing. What is it? Well, an incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for. I didn't know that. Yes. You're on death row. Did you kill her then? Oh, absolutely. Shorts, I mentioned this earlier in stream. Shorts are easier for me to make because I like to edit a lot. Like, there's a lot you need to edit to make Ace Attorney look fun and, well, like, making it look appealing, but it just takes... Even the shorts themselves takes a lot of time. There's a lot of research with how, like, I compile some things. Like, I want to do one of, like, some of the funniest interactions of, like, presenting evidence and stuff. But, like, I don't know where to look at that, so I just have to literally go through this transcript and find funny instances of, like, if you present this thing, what is this response? And that takes a while. But, yes, I'm definitely doing that. Also, yeah, the Apollo Justice have some great music. Anyway, let's continue. We have a little bit more to go. What happened 5 years ago? Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture, it reminds me of everything. Bridge looks same just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart any minute. So, it's been broken like that for at least 5 years. Sorry, buddy, but that sounds like Sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart any minute. It's true. I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. Alright. Your girlfriend? Huh? Hey, hold on there. You say Hawthorne. The victim's last name, Dahlia Hawthorne, Valerie's little sister. What? Are you serious? The girl, let her go.
back then it was Valley Hawthorne. At first, I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but it was to protect your little sister. I can understand why she did. Wrong! No protect sister! Valley betrayed me, betray us! What do you mean she betrayed you? Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping, too. Make-believe kidnapping? Dahlia, my girlfriend, my Oh, did she really say teenager? Oh, yuck. Yucky. I do anything she says, anything Dahlia says. Anything Dahlia says. Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie too. Valerie was in on it? Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. We got one jewel. That's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnapping note we sent to her dad. Asked for $2 million diamond. Tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valley make transfer cause she knew detective. Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright. And you were planning on splitting $2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman! That woman, Valley, she do it for me. She shoot at me for me and Dahlia. I shine arm, Dahlia, she jumped in the river. Jump? You mean she jumped on purpose, do you? I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Well, wake up with police all over. And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence. I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me. She betrayed, well, not really not great of a guy. Let's be for real. Let's be honest. Terry Falls, he killed her. He threw her on the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the Roy River 40 feet below. These 5 years, all I wonder is why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know. So that's why you called her. You want to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yes, but I forgot what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her, just ask why. Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear answer come from her mouth, that's all. So that's why. That's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, zebra boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls. Where is it? Huh? Come on, Ken. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Do you give it back to the Pops? Or did the police take it? I don't know. What do you mean I don't know? No, really. I don't know. It's gone. With Dahlia. That day on the bridge. Where I put it in the backpack. The blueshy sploosh splash. Now gone. Dahlia gone forever. Dewey River. You disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute. You didn't come back? You didn't come back in now. We are ready to go. Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond's still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne? Never found her. My sweet Dahlia. You never found her. Swallowed by liver. Gone. Dahlia, my your teen angel. How old was she anyway? Just 14.
Aye, Monster on the beat, ho, Depot, any rap nigga, he a freak throw, man down. car like amber lamps. Tell him breathe, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, there's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogie man, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walk him down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pull on him, extort shit, bully the floor on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs. And party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck 'em up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
Thank my friend for that.
But 14? I guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds. Get him. Get his ass. Get his ass. It's a Danganronpa moment, guys. But he plans a fake kidnapping, disappears in a river of a rock where 2 man, oh man, angels these days. Alright, let's break this down real quick, because I think there's a lot to, because like this, a lot of people talk about this. It's this is all, every like 3 months, people in the Acer, we always bring this moment up, because it's like, what do you really do here? And like, obviously, first off, I don't think this is a localization error or like anything to do with localization, right? I'm gonna just play this remix in the background while I talk, because you know what, it's fire. But what? It's not a localization error. They very clearly say that this is not a good thing. They very much clearly say, let's break it all down. Terry Falls is not a good guy. Let's just say that outright. Terry Falls is not a good guy. I think the game knows it. I think everyone fucking knows it. He's done Grand Theft Auto. He's done kidnappings. He's done extortion. He's done all the, broke out of prison, and of course the fucking Drake shit. He's not a good person. But there's no defense of him in any of those senses. The one thing we're defending him for is this crime for murder, and that's the one aspect that Mia is trusting him on. Mia's not defending him on any of the other shit. Diego or Mia are not defending him on anything else besides the charge of murder, which is the most extreme charge if we think about it. Murder is the most extreme charge. So like, this is not a localization error. This is not intentional. We're not doing it. We're not making it seem like, oh, it's not all about like Terry is a bad guy. And I know someone in the chat mentioned earlier, like, oh, it's very much implied that Terry has like an intellectual disability and all that stuff. I don't like to subscribe to that. I think he's just not right in the head, clearly. But I don't like subscribing that it's an intellectual disability or any of this stuff. It's more so like this is probably just his persona that being 5 years in solitary confinement does to a guy. Let's be honest. And like, even if Dahlia is like very manipulative, very all that stuff, it doesn't excuse a 20-year-old. A 20-year-old can't get manipulated like that by a 14-year-old unless they're that disgusting in the first place, right? Dahlia, I also see this as an argument of like, I also see like WC Terry as an excuse to defend Dahlia, which like there's a lot of people that like defend Dahlia, like, oh, she's just a victim of circumstance, you can't really be anti-groom, but like there's been some evil fucking 13, 12, 14-year-olds. There's some evil ones. Dahlia is one of them. Just because like they're not as matured as like fucking Terry doesn't make them any less bad, right? Doesn't make them any less bad. Yeah, and again, yeah, like we said, this is a murder trial. We are just judging Terry off of the murder charges slung at him. There's no defense of him because, well, like, Terry's done all these shitty things, and like, he's going right back to jail after this trial. Let's be honest. He's going right back to jail. There's enough charges against him. But I don't like using... What, I don't like people like downplay like, oh, we're trying to feel... I mean, like, the game does want you to kind of feel a little sympathy for him, but it's less so towards like all the other shitty shit, and more so towards that Terry literally dies on the stand soon after. That's the big thing. If no matter who's behind the stand, seeing someone literally killing themselves on the stand is gonna be traumatic as shit, and like you're gonna feel some kind of emotion about that. Bad. Look, I'm gonna just have Diego smiling at us. It's the best like visual we could have. It's better than sticky on this guy. Falls takes the fall and takes a one-way trip to throw. Is Dolly Hawthorne an angel or is she really up? It's time, kitten. It looks like we've have more aces up our sleeves. Bet. Diamond! Train wheels come off now. Got to strike while the iron's hot. Again, Dahlia is way more manipulative than we realize. I think the game does kind of gloss over this fact that Terry is not a great guy. They kind of like gloss over that fact and like try to lean too much on, like they don't really like contest him too much about it. But also like, this is the murder trial. We gotta focus on the murder trial itself. So yeah, Terry's bad. TLDR, Terry's bad guy. Dolly's still a bad person as well. And Terry can be manipulated by Dahlia, just like how Dahlia could have been manipulated by Terry. So, grooming shit. Obviously, I will say, is this circumstance very important to the case? Not really. Could they done without? Probably they could have. They could have just made Terry like 16 during the crime. They could have just aged down Terry a little bit. And like they kind of imply like the intellectual disability again, and like they kind of lean on that. Oh, that's why he's got manipulated. I don't really like that. I don't even like having that idea out there. I don't think it's that necessary. Either way, he could have been manipulated by Dahlia, and Dahlia is still an evil piece of shit. And Terry's still a disgusting, gross piece of grooming piece of shit. So, there's a lot of bad people in this case. That's the big thing. There's a lot of bad people. Anyway, whatever. We're done talking about this. Witness, are you feeling any better? Are you feeling any better, Melissa Foster? Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best. You're a brave young lady. Not this again. God fucking damn it. Yeah, well, that's the complicated thing with Dahlia conversation with Terry and all that stuff, because like Terry very much can have influenced Dahlia to be a worse person. Doesn't mean she was any better of a person. It's that whole nature versus nurture argument. Like obviously like Iris had a way better outcome than Dahlia. Well, but also Dahlia's the one that sent Iris away.
Dahlia's the one that said fuck you to Iris and sent her away. So it's a very contentious point in general. I think, again, we could have done away with it by just lowering Terry's relative age, but yeah, it's still, I feel like just excusing, like, all like, Dahlia had a bad like parents. Morgan fucking sucks. Her other father fucking sucks. All the mature adult figures in her life fucking sucked. But also, that doesn't always guarantee that someone is going to end up as someone who's killed like 5 people at this point with like Dahlia. And the game has established like Dahlia has more of her in her nature to be a little more aggressive, more violent, more malicious than just being raised in a very bad familyhood. Again, I after playing Bridge, I'd really need to do a dissection between the dichotomy of Dahlia and Iris, but yeah, I'll continue this conversation when we finish this case, because we need to actually get through this case. However, to try and pin the crime on this innocent student, this very innocent student, what are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime, that's all. What possible reason would a girl like that have for murdering a policewoman? It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer. Her motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive? Yes, of course. I think. Still acting as tame as a kitten. Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. He said the line! He said the line! Holy shit! He said the line! Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots are the marks of a pro. Like so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me, may I speak? Mr. Judge? Of course! Shut the fuck up, Judge! I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why. I at least want you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true. I mean, yeah, but also, like, the whole point wasn't to get back at Terry. I think we are excusing that. It's still, one, it on itself is a shitty thing. Two, Dahlia has done shitty things before. But again, she fucking kicked Iris to the curb, sent her off fuck all elsewhere because well, Dahlia just didn't like Iris. So I don't think it's any justification of that. I see, you're an honest and upstanding young lady. It looks like the witness is a real professional. What do you mean? Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are dark for her, click, she lights right up. Again, I can't just say Dahlia is just evil, period, because there's a lot of circumstances to it. And I think taking away that Terry did groom her in a way kind of almost isolates in that Dahlia is evil rather than adding that additional context that she's just been surrounded by a lot of evil people. So, I don't know. No defense of Dahlia, but it does give an extra context to Dahlia. I was out of the country until a year before you last. I just entered college and I've never been to Eagle Mountain before. And I'm certain I don't have any reason why to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing an officer who testified against you, or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is terrible. Is a terrible, horrible monster. Yeah. I mean, that's the one truthful thing she said this entire trial. Let's be for real. That's the one truthful thing she said this entire trial. Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours and put on your best smile. Somehow I have to tie her to this case. I was out of the country, I don't care. I went to college. I certainly didn't want to have any reason, holding a grudge. A grudge? Well, the police woman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death. Yes, and precisely why he harbored such anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his...
Objection!
My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges. He seems rather forgetful, your client. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot about the poor policewoman as well. What do you mean by that? Your client. He forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well. Well, she's right about that. Miss Falls is kind of forgetful. He said he forgot what the detective looked like. What do you mean by that? Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right? Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification. Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me. That's true. He's clearly a bitter man. This is bad. Mr. Fall's reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke deep. What should I do with the last statement? Add it to the testimony. Who cares? Your Honor, no one I would like that to be officially added to the testimony. Let's go. The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps further prove that point. No, that's not why Enough. Witness, if you would. My pleasure, Mr. Judge. I guess I was lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. You knew about that incident, but weren't you out of the country until the year before last? Well, I saw the report about escaped convict on the news. It had an in-depth report about his whole history. So you were still living abroad 5 years ago, is that right? Yes. I can't let her get away with these lies. Listen to me, she's neck deep in the whole thing. Somehow, you're just going to have to get her to show the court her true self. Alright. What do you mean, white scarf? That looks not white to me. Why are you whitewashing scarves now, Dahlia? I thought you were a shitty person with the murder shit, but you're whitewashing scarves? Damn. It's hard to see in a photo, but look at the scarf the victim wore as identification. Oh, you're talking about this scarf right here, eh? Yes, that's it. The scarf the policewoman was wearing. I got her now. Just don't mess this up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I was lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. White? This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it clearly doesn't look white to me.
Objection!
Well, it was foggy that day, and it was raining as well. It's not surprising she mistook it as what. Sorry, but not this time, Edgy. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf. But what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but there's only one explanation for this mix-up. The real reason why the witness thought this scarf was white. Boom, pow, bamity doom, bow. Witness, have you ever seen this note? No, I know. I've never no notes I'll no noted. It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have. I wonder about that. What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Fall's instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear a white scarf for identification. Witness, you knew that this note said. And it's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said white scarf. Well, Mrs. Foster? No. Order, Mr. Edward. I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public, and yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people who knew about it were quite limited. Terry Falls is one, the person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person. You say, one more? That's right. A person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out? Kid? Yep, I totally have. Third person in the comments note was Dahlia Hawthorne. She has like 3 different sprites of... She has 3 different like missing sprites in this game. There's this like she has like so many different sprites of like just blank face. Dahlia Hawthorne. I've never heard that name before. Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there. What's this? So, who's this person? It's Dahlia Hawthorne. Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. You don't mean? Yes, she was kidnapped and my Terry.
Objection!
I have my own extra bonus animations. You said she was killed, but was she really? What are you implying? Of course, people thought that she died 5 years ago when she fell off Dusky Bridge and was lost in the river. However, her corpse was never found. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne's dead. But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she was still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster, I believe that's the same age as you are.
Objection!
I looked at your driver's license. Even you couldn't, Miss Faye. You're not saying. But I am. Not precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. I know who you are, Dahlia Hawthorne. What the man, police? Work. It was like tossing a cookie. Unless you get tied all the loose ends together. You're nothing but hit and run amongst these. I wish I had a soundboard right now. Hold on. I wish I had a soundboard right now. I wish I had this. Oh, I have it.
understand. If I can't expose her true nature, I can turn this case. Now is my chance to make Mr. Edward squirm. We're a witness. Just who are you? Who the fuck are you? I didn't think it would come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say anything more. Just plead the fifth. Yes, I understand. What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself. Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far. You mean? Yes. The prosecution's office isn't filled with fools, you know? Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses. What? It looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go. But then, if you hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. They really nailed how fucking scum Edward feels, especially in the early days. But I thought she died 5 years ago. We thought so too as well, but well, as you can see. Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years? That has nothing to do with the current case. People can change it, hide away and change their names for all they want. As long as they pay their taxes, no one will care. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime.
Objection!
Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder. Who cares? Circumstances happen, like how two of the most important Ace Attorney characters are somehow in the same room as her now, and how you are somehow in the same room as your cousin. What? Yeah, you're in the same room as your cousin. I do my research. I didn't know that. Well, you know now. You're trying to pin the client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win, at any cost. Please let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious, her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to suggest that she murdered her. I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up? Well, you see, I thought I was winning. I think you need a little push in the right direction. The defense is prepared to present evidence to support our claim. That wasn't me. That was this guy, this crazy coffee.
Objection!
I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. What makes you think they're empty, boy? Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets. I am sweating bullets. You think you're in a tough spot? Of course I am. No, you're just right at a moment of truth. That's all. Win or lose, it's up to you. Up to me. The rashness of youth, how charming. This coming from someone younger than me. You are fucking 20. You can't even drink. You can't even open a Corona without getting arrested. You fucking youth, you faith fucking dome. What's the motive for murdering them? Fuck. What is this? Is this the defense idea of a joke? Is there a punchline? Oh, the rashness of youth. Fuck! Damn it! I thought I knew. The witness stayed hidden for 5 years. There must be a good reason for that. Involved with Dahlia Hawthorne. You must read. Okay, it's whatever. Whatever. Screw you, game. Screw you, game. I know my game. I played these games before. You screw you. Ah. He called Valley and told her to meet
he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Valley Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal the whole world the truth. The whole truth. There was a dangerously important secret between them and Dahlia. The reason Dahlia felt she needed to kill Valerie, to keep her mouth shut permanently.
Objection!
Terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is. Lying to court, Miss Faye. What is this secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dahlia on Valley Hawthorne and Terry Falls. There's only one secret that connects them all. Yep. Your Honor, the secrets. Secrets, shit. Fuck. Fuck, I thought I presented something. Well, it'll be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles. Damn, Mia, why are you projecting? Show me the Discord mod. What do you mean? 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. He took a terrible fall. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. After she made an exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm. That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe after all that she murdered her sister. Preposterous. Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor. As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination. Mr. Edgeworth to jump on me once again. If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist them arms. Listen up. We've still got that info, that ace up our sleeve. What info? Come, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged. That's right, the fake kidnapping Terry Falls told us in the lobby. I won't do anything Dolly says. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, me and Dahlia, and Valerie too. Yes, that's it. The best fake kidnapping is your best shot. Five years ago, I was kidnapped by Terry. Do you and Mr. Falls have a relationship? Yes, as a tutor. You were tutoring him, Mr. Falls? No, don't be ridiculous. Mr. Falls came to my house to tutor me. That makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14. We probably came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. The Hawthorns are in a jewelry trade and are quite wealthy. Quite the clever fellow. Did I hear him right? Did he call Mr. Falls a clever fellow? The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. I heard the diamond valued at nearly $2 million. It was stone cuts of the size of a pint of milk. $2 million pint of milk. I don't know what you're thinking about. The friend demanded that her sister Valerie make an exchange. As a detective, of course, but as an individual. By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think he wanted to make that exchange up there on the mountain? If he ever got surrounded, it would be hard to escape. There was one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed, which only one entrance to the mountain he was ensured his safety. Yeah, right. It was all you, man. Anyway, Valley brought the diamond up to the mountain. That was a dangerous thing to consider with you being held hostage, but that actually saved my life. See, Mr. Falls was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow he knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. Man, that's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me from behind. In the moment of truth, for this witness too. Once the truth about the staged kidnapping comes out, everyone in this courtroom will know how much of a Jezebel she really is. I just got to prove that kidnapping was a hoax. Alright. Enough diddle-daddling.
Objection!
There we go. You say that Mr. Falls pushed you into the river. However, that is hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I should have said that's hard to believe. I should have said that's impossible. Impossible? I asked the court to recall the conditions of Dusky Bridge now and 5 years ago. Now, Bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind, as you've claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. Oh, foreshadowing. A most certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible. Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level of the river may have been higher back then. But the 40 feet from the bridge to the river, a small change in the water would make a difference. Ugh. You're right. In the events occurred just as the witness has testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this? Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back into the river. What do you mean? After being shot in the arm, it's possible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have shot unwilling to push her off the side of the bridge. If that's true, she would have been falling into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edger's explanation correct? Now that I think of it, mention it, I do remember now when I fell into the bridge, my skirt got caught on the bridge side of the wire. You can't be serious.
Man, my skirt got cut. Oh, shit. Yeah, actually.
It seems Mrs. Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion. Not now, Mia. There's no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is the start of Miss Faye's assault. I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edward. After being shot in the arm, it's possible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwillingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible. Ridiculous! How impossible is this? Also, how his teeth are way bigger for some reason when he's younger. I don't know why. He got like braces or something. Some Invisalign contradicts the court record of the witness photo. Your Honor, all the answers are in this photo. Take a look at both the supporting wires. They extend up to around 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there.
Objection!
But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like that wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up and thrown the 14-year-old girl and thrown her off. Damn, Donkey Kong just fucking tossed her like that. So you two already am so forgetful. Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm. And more importantly, Valley Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range. Here, Flip. So, Mr. Falls throwing a witness on the bridge, that's clearly impossible.
Walk, Delilah.
Order, what is the meaning of this? Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped to the Eagle River intentionally.
What?
Objection!
Indeed, what do you mean by such a ridiculous remark? Yeah, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun at her gun. She could have saved me. Jumping in the raging river, that would have been suicide.
Objection!
Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current, but even more so, the witness had much more compelling reason for jumping into the river. Oh, then what is it? What was the point when they were jumping in the river? Risk it to jump in the river because... 5 years ago, someone else disappeared with Dolly that day. The item that Valley brought to the mountain with her, a $2 million diamond. No, can't be. Yes, Dolly had this plan from the beginning. $2 million diamond. She was going to keep it for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping. Da da da. Da, 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 da. What are we talking about clowns and shit now? What are we doing? I am not caught up. The ransom tucked away safely in the backpack. I did not read that. I am. Oh no, evil sprite! That's simply ridiculous. Hold on. Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. You really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan? I've seen enough true crime stuff that yes. If you've ever heard the Slender Man stabbing, yeah. There's a lot of people of junior preteens capable of that. Even if there's a lot of them. This woman, damn, just call her outright. There is one more person who helped make this demon out. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. You mean the victim was involved in a kidnapping plot as well?
Objection!
But she was a detective then. You're saying that she participated in her sister's kidnapping. Precisely. There's a lot of events in Ace Attorney that I was like, oh, that can't possibly happen. That has happened. So, like, it's very much feasible for a lot of these circumstances. The fucking parrot witness thing was a real thing. Anything can fucking happen. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience in the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder. What do you mean by that? On the day of the murder, after receiving a phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister Dahlia. And then she told her what she was planning to do. She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither you or your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne. Convoluted. I mean, let's be honest. That's majority of murder mystery stories. Convoluted soap operas are just murder mysteries. Let's be for real. Who's that laughing at time of that? Also, in the chat, you guys are saying Dahlia never laughed. She laughs a bunch. That's like her. That's like how she transforms into evil Dahlia. Forgive me. It's just hilarious. Witness? Is that you? You amuse me, Miss Mia Fey. You can suddenly weave an exciting tale. Actually, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned a kidnapping, of course. That at 14, I plotted with Mr. Falls and my sister. And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? You can't provide evidence to at least show that. Oh, Miss Faye? I don't know. What a joke, you, Miss Faye. Are you stupid or something? How can I prove a fake kidnapping happened 5 years? Guys, they're cousins! Guys, they're cousins! They're cousins! Shut up, chat! 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 They're cousins! I don't even have the decided proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Well, it seems that we've come to an end. To be honest, the witness' behavior does raise some certain suspicions. However, I'm forced to reject the assertions made by the defense. Guys, they're fucking cousins. Shut the fuck up. Is this it? Is it really over? I love that Stroke song. That's it. One more of those fucking comments. I'm timing y'all out. I'm being genuine. All right. Is this Japan about Alabama? Oh, Jesus. Chat, you guys better shut the fuck up. I swear to God. The girl that made a fool of me, and there's nothing I could do about it. Without evidence, the trial's over. Who decided that? Mr. Armando. Come on. And when you figure it out, you can't make your own rules. For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony. Testimony? On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Fall's stolen car, and they went to meet him there. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right? Yes, that's right. In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who's the one person who can testify to this demon woman's cries? Another kind of yucky man. Miss Terry Falls! Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness. New witness? Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls, the defendant. There's only one person that can shed any further light on this situation. Only one person that knows what Dolly's role in the kidnapping was. Or whether it was, in fact, her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve the riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Falls. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what's your take on this? Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the stand. This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You are all I have left. Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it. No. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me. Mr. Falls, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive, and you are
used for $2 million. That's not true. Mr. Falls, there's one question I want to ask you. 2 days ago in Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valley Hawthorne or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? You betrayed me. 5 years ago, she promised never ever betray each other. Terry. Dahlia, it's true. You're alive. You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad. Tell the truth. Tell the real truth. I believed in you. I shouldn't need to say this. You already know it. But there's one thing I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry. I will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony of this trial. Witness. Ah! I'm sorry, I apologize. Water, please, water. Can't talk, need water. Well, I guess I'll have to make my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Give him a little caffeine. It'll make him a little more awake. Darker and bitter that is hell itself. What the fuck just happened? Sorry, my screen turned off for a sec. Everything good? Streams up? Alright. Cool. Let's just finish up this trial. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on bridge. I waited on for a car on bridge. I never put no body in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was no, not my Dahlia. Dahlia I think Dahlia dyes her hair. I mean, look at Morgan. You're covering for her? Do you...
Objection!
That's enough, Miss Faye. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Faye, please proceed with your cross-examination. Is this how you wanted to end, Mr. Falls? Not the guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence? There's only one person who can stop it. Your kitten, I think. You, kitten, I think. Let me finish this part. I'll talk about I'll talk about Terry and all that bullshit when we finish this case. Who Terry Falls saw? Wow! That day I stopped. I was on the bridge. According to the note, the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You certainly arrived early, didn't you? It was raining, already dark too. You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes. Mr. Falls, Eagle Mountain, that spot, strong memories. Knowing Ace Attorney, we're gonna have like a random like, oh, her father shows up out of nowhere in Ace Attorney 7 or some shit. Why did he just clam out? He's hiding something here? Was it there? I wait on bridge. So you're quite early and wait on the bridge. I was like, wait, I'm sure he is. Your boy waited 5 years to ask a single question. To find out why a woman betrayed him. To him, 30 minutes must have felt like a blink of an eye. I was watching my car and I was spotting a car. You were watching the car. That bridge, other side is broken. No one can come from there. I mean, this case is not that long. I've just been yapping for like an hour. So I was watching car. Sigh. What were you expecting him to do? I suppose the only obvious thing to do, but something's bothering me. Am I getting a feeling of contradiction? No one lives there. There's a small shrine up in the mountain. That's it. And when no one came, no car, no but finally, woman came. I don't know why I'm pressing all these. I could just present something. Are you certain that it was Valley Hawthorne? I never lied.
It's truth. It was Valerie. I remember her face. Wait a minute. If you remember her face, then why did you make her wear a scarf for identification? Sorry. I told her. But woman I met, she was different from woman standing here now. It was different. It was Valerie. I want Mr. Hawthorne to show up so I can beat the shit out of him.
Hold it!
She walked and she left. What did you talk to her about then? Anyway. Mr. Falls. Valerie told the truth about the kidnapping 5 years ago. She said someone needed to take blame for it. That was all I could do. I could think to do. She said that. I think that's a great point of like being a dark mirror to young Phoenix. That is a great point. I need to keep that in mind. And were you satisfied with the answer, witness? Dahlia died. It was my fault, but I don't really remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I did push her. It don't matter. Either way, my fucking stop saying that. Saw that she isn't dead. After Valerie talked to me at the end of the bridge, nothing left to do. I know it's obvious, but he's lying. He's cursed. Probably even going to the grave, believe it. Even if you can show he's lying, the poor guy will still be cursed. You still have to point out the contradiction anyway. That the curse of being a defense lawyer, I guess. Everything about this trials and tribulations mirrors. That is about this case. How can you be so sure? It was raining at the time, and sunset at that day was at 5 o'clock. It would have been already bad dark at 4:30. Please, Mr. Falls, this is your last chance. We already taken a fall once for something you didn't do. That woman. It wasn't Dahlia. Stop right there. What's more needed to be said? Even if it means the death penalty, even if it means taking the blame for murder, you'll still do whatever necessary to protect her, won't you, Mr. Falls? She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. Sure about that.
Objection!
So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived. So you waited on the bridge, you sure about that? Yeah, I'm sure. You sure, huh? Well, I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure you're lying. Yeah, what? In my opinion, there's no bad Ace Attorney game. There's not a bad Ace Attorney game, in my opinion. I think Dual Destinies is the weakest, but I think there's a lot of good elements. And I have a friend playing through it right now, and he's loving it. So I think it's justifiable to enjoy Dual Destinies. Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Faye. You want to know who arrived at the bridge first. Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would have been the one at the end of the bridge, right? But that's the victim at the end of the bridge. No, they just like kind of like swapped spots. That's all. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Mr. Falls, please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth. I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had some time, somewhere to go. Special place. You go to this special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes in front of the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we would never betray each other. She even brought a memento to represent her love. A memento. 5 years ago, I hid it under the base of the tree there.
No! Not the bottle! Fuck! No! No!
And on at the end of the universe.
Oh, it's a necklace and your mementos. Quite charming, but it looks empty. Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock, but then he left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. Ugh. With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hit a body into Trent's car. Indeed, there was certainly enough time for that. I still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it. Ugh. That's enough. Please. Witness? I promised her 5 years ago. If it ever happens that we can't trust each other anymore, then we're supposed to drink the bottle. Stop the trial! Your Honor, we need a recess. I was stupid. I couldn't keep promise, so I did it. I drank this. No, we're so close. Just a little more. I was gonna prove you innocent. No, don't want that. Don't want trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dolly again. Mr. Falls. Mr. Armando. Thanks for the coffee. Fuck! And so my first trial ended, suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended with a wound that cut so deep into my soul I thought it would never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person... that true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne. She left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonic sweet face. Unforgivable. That witch. Mr. Armando, we were so close to the truth. It was right in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten. It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself. Don't cry, kitten. You're gonna make my coffee all salty. And I told you, I don't really like salt in my coffee. I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Mia. Don't you get it? You can't cry just yet. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. Mr. Armando. No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them. 1 year later, in this very same courtroom, I myself got wrapped up in that case. Only after that did Dahlia get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face. It was finally all over. At least, that's what I thought at the time. This happened like a week ago.
Oh shit! I could have been more wrong in 5 years, but now something has happened. Something had happened! Oh wow, I wonder what happened. I wonder what happened. It's not that British Turnabout just happened. Oh shit. Turnabout beginnings! What a case. There's a lot to discuss about this case. And I think, Kit Kat, you've talked about like a lot of stuff I've already wanted to say in regards to a couple things, but I want to bring something. I know how to do polls now, so I'm gonna bring it up. So top 5 here. But yeah, this is a very convoluted case. So there's a lot to talk about. So let me just do. I'm just hide that for instance, and then reopen the trilogy. Man, 50% of people only 15% of people finish this case. You're just yapping, but like a lot of what you're saying, I do kind of agree with like how some of the things about especially with Terry, that haven't necessarily aged the best, but I think are still important inclusions, if you get what I mean. I think there's still important inclusions, but at the same time, like, it could have been executed way better. Yeah. I think the community's already is saying without Ace 37, so. Did I unhide it? Yeah, I did. Oh, okay, I'm just not there. It's a dark case, and I've mentioned before, I really love how the atmosphere is set up this case. Not only it just shares a lot of the parallel aspects of Trials and Tribulations, how everything is mirrored, but then you can also break that cycle, especially with like, once again, instead of compared to Turnabout Memories, where like we know literally. We know nothing, but Mia knows everything. Compared to Turnabout Memories, where we know absolutely nothing. Turnabout Beginnings, we know how this case is gonna end. It's gonna end in a loss. We're facing fucking Edgeworth, who's perfect. We know this case ends in a loss. We know all of that stuff. This is probably my favorite flashback case, by the way. Even over the Legacy. But then again, when I'm replaying Legacy, that's probably gonna change. Anyway, just it being able to flip, being able, like, giving us that dramatic irony of, like, we know everything that's gonna happen, but the only person that doesn't know anything about everything going on is Mia. That is so compelling to me. That is very compelling to me. So that's my thing about this case that I find so brilliant. They execute so well. As far as the Terry stuff goes, I think we need to all continue to be like, to push that he's not a great guy. You can still feel bad and feel emotional about his suicide because it's dark. It's a very dark, grim ending. But, like, you don't really have to feel bad for him. You don't really have to feel bad for him. You can still feel emotional, but you don't have to really feel bad for him. Because, like, a lot of the shit he does, he's not a good person. He's not a very good person. He's not a very good person. And, like, I think a lot, like, and, like, I think, like, they could have escaped those things of, like, if they just made him, like, at near the same age as Dahlia, right? But also, I think that loses an element of, like, understanding that Terry is still a very bad person. He's a very bad person. So Dahlia's also not a great person, but it also just enforces this idea of, like, there's been a lot of bad figures in Dahlia's life that kind of led her down his path. So like having a boyfriend that she manipulated and that was basically grooming her, even no matter all the external circumstances, he was still grooming her. Acknowledging like him being a presence of like he is still very much manipulating and using a power dynamic over her in the face of a bunch of other shitty parental figures in her life, leading her down this dark path, I think adds to that narrative for Dahlia, in my opinion. And so again, you don't have to feel bad for Terry, and like maybe we could have youngified him more to make it so it's less. But also having that gray, having that very much like tough conversations makes a case like this interesting. My bigger issue is like what you were mentioning, Kit Kat, of like the implied ableism coming with like, oh, he's mentally disabled, so mentally ill, so like that's why he's doing all this shit. I don't like that. I don't like playing into it. I don't really like playing into it. You can play into him being dumb, but the case leans way more into like he has a disability. And they're kind of like mocking him and like making it like, oh, he's being easily manipulated because of this disability. I don't really like that element. I feel like that element is a detriment to a case I would consider perfect. A case I would consider perfect, that ableism element is something I would consider a detriment to this case. An active like takes away. Terry didn't need to have that subtext. What's an awful excuse? Sorry. Why are we still talking about the Irish stuff? We're just making it weird. It's a very tough questions that come around that circulate with Terry. Yeah, I like that element. You know the outcome, but like, yeah, the ableism one. It's not a good excuse to have that, and also like implying and like I don't like people like saying, oh, he's kind of dumb, so like that's why he has a disability. I don't like saying that as well. I don't like saying that Terry has it for that exact reason as well. I don't like saying it like that, but also the game makes it tough for you to. Yeah, they're trying to make Terry seem mentally younger to make it more sympathetic, but like you don't really need that. You don't really need that. We can understand he's done so many shitty things, even being that fucking groomer ass piece of shit. We can understand that. But we don't need to like, oh, he's mentally younger than that, so like all these other things. Like, I don't like painting him like having like all the like autism or all that stuff. I don't like it when people like paint him directly like, oh, he has that. Because it just kind of feeds into those poor implications. But at the same time, the game makes it very difficult to not think that way. And it fucking sucks. I think just keeping it as a very gray situation, like, despite all the shitty things, this guy has done already a bunch of crimes. We're literally, the whole point is that we're defending a convict. We're defending a convict for murder. So it's like, the cards are already stacked against us. We don't need to justify it. The whole justification is that we still trust that he didn't do it. So, like, yeah. I still think Terry's well written. I just think his character qualities aren't. I don't think his character qualities aren't. Him as a character is well written. If they just removed all of that weird subtext of like, he's kind of like, just make him dumb. Just make him a little dumb. That's it. You don't have to make it seem like, oh, he has a disability or something. That's all it is. The only other issue I kind of have with this case is that like I like majority of how they portrayed at Edgeworth, but I like the majority of how they showed Edgeworth, but I don't like how like it feels like by the end, Edward didn't really do much. Edward's like, it didn't really feel like a close matchup. Like, by the end, it just felt like Mia was running the show. And so, like, if this case did actually end without Terry, like, it being a mistrial, it felt like it would be Edward's first loss. And I don't really like that. I don't really like how, like, by the end, by the way, this is very nitpicky, by the way. This is very nitpicky. So it's like, I just don't like how, like, the case ends by, like, Edward feeling like Edward wasn't that important by the end. But yeah, I put another poll. Our 3 main choices, S, A, and B tier. I think a lot are putting B. I personally would put this A tier for me. S, A, B, C, D. Real low. Sorry, I'm just messing around with the tier list because it didn't save, so I have to redo a lot of it. So, yeah. It's all very complicated and it's very good writing. That's my stance. I think there's a lot of things that haven't really aged the best, but, like, who cares? What's your opinion on Godot? He's my favorite villain / prosecutor. Godot also won equally of a lot of very complicated talks. I think Godot, I really like Godot as a character. I think there is a point where people kind of make Godot, they make Godot very, whatchamacallit? They try to build up Godot like he's some great guy. He's not. Godot is not great. Yeah, I agree exactly with what you said, Kit Kat. I think a lot of people really love but going back to Godot, a lot of people really like to say Godot is some great guy and all that stuff. He's not. Godot's not great. And, like, before, in the past, I would even push back on, like, I would have been one to push back on, like, oh, Godot's not sexist, what do you mean? But nowadays, I'm like, yeah, Godot's kind of, he's kind of, it doesn't take away from him because it's very much in heart of his character. But, like, yeah, he's kind of like that. Yeah. Again, I don't like, yeah, this case I still think is phenomenal. I think a lot of just the data aspects really pulled back. But again, beyond like a bunch of the dated things, even putting it away of like, oh, the grooming stuff, because I think that actually adds to Dahlia's, the tragedy of like Dahlia's circumstances. I still think like the ableism, the implied, at least the implied ableism, and like other things like Edward not being at his fullest finest self. And also, I don't really like that this is Edward's first case. I don't really like that this is Edward's first ever case. It doesn't really make a difference if this is the first case. Anyway, beyond all those little nitpicks, I would have said this case is basically perfect. That's the thing about this case. I would have said this case is perfect. It's just a lot of the other things really take away from it. A lot of the little elements of it really take away from it. So that's my stance. He's not even, yeah, he's borderline misogynistic a lot of the time. So we're voting A tier. That's probably where I would have put it. If there were some better things, yeah, I think I would put it higher. But I think, yeah, A tier, great tier. I think that's a good place to put it. Do we have any objections on where we're placing this? Any objections so far? yeah, I think again that's part of Godot's character. Because let me say this because not to spoil anything, I'm working on a Godot video. It's going to take a fucking long time, but I'm working on it. I'm working on the Godot video, but I'm making like a shit ton of scripts because I know that video is gonna take fucking forever. So, yeah, that's gonna take a while. But I think it's very much inclined to Godot's character because Godot is very much that like male savior type. Like I think a lot of his sexism and all that stuff isn't in tune to like, oh, he just dislikes women. He just thinks he is greater than everyone else and greater than women. Like he still respects them on a certain level, but he thinks he's still better. That he has to be the savior. When he looks at someone like Phoenix, he sees someone who's failed to be that masculinity figure. Godot's that embodiment of toxic masculinity, and he's very much taken down a peg. Every time he shows, like, he tries to do it his way, and then he realizes his way only causes more harm than good. Essentially. But Godot's a very interesting character. I understand why some people don't like him, but I hate when people say he's not a good character. I think Godot's a great character. He's a fantastic character. Very complex, very great. There's a lot great about him. I mean, we could talk about flat character. It's called Larry fucking Butts. Let's just say Larry Butts and call it that. Godot has a little bit of very much a little bit of a savior complex. He's a hot mess, that's for sure. Emphasis on the hot, I mean. But yeah, any objections to the tier list so far? We've gone through 4 cases. I can't include the episodes. I could, but like the episodes would be like filler. Like there's just gonna be a filler tier. What's that ad for Ollie on the right? Get out of there. No. No. Why am I seeing this ad? Oh my god. Oh my god. Everything is falling apart. Stop seeing that ad. I don't care. But because we talked about what's his face for so long, we might as well end off stream by playing a certain song that I played earlier. We might as well finish it off.
I see dead people. Aye, monster on the beat, ho, depot, any rap nigga, he a free throw, man down.
I really like Recipe.
Bro, Melon nigga to the cross, he walk around like
really
T.
like
So what's
Recipe.
up with these
I
jabroni
don't think
ass
it's a
niggas trying to see
fantastic
Compton?
piece, but I think
The
it's
industry
fun.
can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if
I
God
like
watching.
Larry Butts when
Sometimes you
he's
gotta
not
pop out and show
always
niggas.
playing
Certified
around.
boogie man, I'm the
Right.
one that up the
I
score with
really
him. Walking
like
down
Larry
whole
Butts
time, I
when
know
he's
he got
not
some
playing.
hoe on him. Pull on him, extort shit, bully the floor on him. Say Drake.
But they find a
I
way
hate you
to
like I'm
glamorize
young.
it so much.
You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from
Yeah,
her. They
yeah.
told me Chubb's the only one that
Recipe
get
is
your
like
hand-me-downs.
that, yeah.
And party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird case, why is he
I
around?
enjoy
Certified
Recipe,
lover
though.
boy,
I think-
certified pedophiles.
I think if you don't take it too seriously, it's super See you later, Kit Kat. You have some great
bitch,
input,
ain't you
so
tired?
thank you
Trying
for
to strike a
joining.
chord, and it's probably A minor. They not like us. 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 You think the pay gon' let you disrespect Pop, nigga? I think the Oakland show gon' be your last stop, nigga. They cold foul. I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches. Go. The audience not dumb. Shape the stories
I
how you
forget
want.
that
Enjoy
my
their nice
this shit is
rabbit
super
hole is still
loud.
deep. I can go further, I promise. Ain't there something? P-rap stands for bitch and you Malibu most wanted. Ain't no law boy, you ball boy. Fresh Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You niggas will get a wedgie. Be flipped over your boxes or over your foe. The other fashionable option, pussy. Nigga better straighten they posture. Got favors all up in contact. Might write this with a doctor. Tell a pop star quit hiding. Fuck a caption, won't action. No accident, I'm hands on. He fuck around, get polished. Fuck on Wayne Crow like he was in jail. That's conniving. They get his face
I just think it's a fun case. No, you don't take it too seriously, and I think there's still a lot great about it. There's, again, it probably suffers more from my shit feeling uncomfortable and poorly aged. I do agree. But, like, I think it's a fun case. And I think a lot of the complexities with Viola and also, like, again, Tigray being a dark parallel to Phoenix is a very apparent thing. And I do enjoy that about Recipe. I'm a Recipe defender, and stream, we voted it. We voted it to be good. So, yeah.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Next case, we're back to Great Ace Attorney next. We're back to Great Ace Attorney next. We got Runaway Room next. So that case is fantastic. That's gonna be. I'm sorry to spoil it. That's gonna be an S. That's gonna be an S tier.
You caught Future when you didn't see the club. What little baby help you get your lingo of? What 21 get your first street cred?
And also this very like minor point in talking about Recipe for Turnabout. I just like the locations. I think the locations are super nice in Recipe for Turnabout. I'm sorry, that's a bit of a bias, but I really love. I Recipe for Turnabout. Yeah, thanks for joining, all y'all. Thanks for joining, all y'all. I'm not sure how, because it's another one-day case, and like sometimes one-day cases can take a bit. Let me see what YouTube is. Runaway. Ooh, that says 4 hours. Ooh. That says 4 hours. Ugh. That one says, oh, that's part 1. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, I'm gonna be here forever. I'm gonna be here forever. Shit. But yeah, not to spoil anything, Runaway Room is going to be there, up there. But yeah, song's over, so. Hey, shut up, Daft Punk, no. Anyway, thanks for joining. We got a break for Lunar New Year, so happy Lunar New Year for y'all. That's also when I think McGilded stabbed someone, so happy Lunar New Year for people who enjoy stabbing. And yeah, I'll see y'all later.